here. The hood's up at 90 degrees.
I've already cleaned the engine bay. All that's left to do is just grease up the splines, the throwout bearing, and the clutch fork. Ooh, yeah, baby. We're going to tighten these in a star pattern. We're going to start off at 24 foot-pounds. Don't forget to add Loctite. That just squirted everywhere. All right, now that we have thread locker in place, now we're just going to go 90 degrees on all of them. That is 9-0 in the same pattern. Since our previous clutch was cooked to we got a new ACT street sprung clutch. Just making sure the clutch itself is completely centered before I start torquing down the flywheel. Or not the flywheel, the pressure plate. The service manual actually says 11.8 foot-pounds. But this only goes down to 12.5, so I'm gonna have to try my best to get as close as possible. And wait. I think we're ready to throw her in. We might need to pull the engine back out. These pins are still in the transmission. The new block actually brought fresh pins, so we gotta take these out. Yep. I want to go to sleep. Oh, that's the first bolt. Jeez, I'm sweating. So we've gotten all of the bell house bolts in. We're going to start working on the starter. That's good. Remember, there's 2 bolts, one on this side, one on the other side. Let's start working on heater hoses. This bottom one goes right here. And this top one right here. This little clip goes on this tooth behind the starter. Nice. We've got 2 lines over here. We take this guy. More of a curve. Goes in. Just bleeding the clutch fluid out so we can install this. Forgot to put this little bracket on right here on the starter, so I'm just gonna take 1 bolt off and put her in. Here we are. This is top connector. Nice. There's a little slide right here, and it goes right onto this peg. Like just that. I'm wet from sweat.
Use it. Had to get it. Nope. Yeah.
$5.20 for the break-in.
I'm just gonna plug the
Fuel fuse back in. Just fired up for the first time. Still burping our coolant. It ran for about 5 minutes and it shut itself off. I have these two codes on the access port. I got a crank position intake cam 1 and intake cam 2. All it's doing right now is just a long crank and it won't start. So here's my theory. If I take both of the intake cam sensors and swap them out to the exhaust side on both sides and then reset the ECU, try to start it again and drive it around, if the code switches to the exhaust side, I know it's the sensors. If it doesn't, it could be the solenoids, and I'll do the same thing with the solenoids. And if that doesn't work, then my next theory is that it's the chain. I need a new chain, that this one is too expanded. You're supposed to change these chains every 80,000 to 100,000 miles. Right now the car is at 91,000, and I'm pretty sure this is the OEM chain, the stock one. So I did all that. I cleared the ECU, still nothing, just long crank. I'm still thinking it could be the solenoids or the timing chain. There's only one way to find out, and that's just to change the parts. Love a good rabbit hole.